Hello, peeps. How are you today? Saturday evening, and I've just been out in the rain. But I have something to share with you guys. I've missed you. Starseeds, the Starseed Oracle. I'm going to be using that today. And I'm going to be talking about different things that are going on. And whoever joins in, go ahead and share this with a group, or share this with a group or a page or anything like that. Any questions? I'm bringing in the universe right now. Lots of love back, yes. So today, you know, we've gone through the shifts, guys. We've gone through the shifts. And when I've come up to and done my meditations, I have literally found people that are beings that are helping us evolve. The card that I'm taking right now, that we are going into, the world that we are going into right now, is the void. It says, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. I've just been outside in the rain, but what I'm going to do is these are new cards. I'm going to get to know these cards a little bit. They are new, and I'm not going to be using anything else than that today. Everything and nothing exists in the void. It's where all life begins and ends. It's the winter and the womb, the fertile darkness where all things originate and all seeds grow. Comforting and intimidating, freeing and daunting. It can feel both overwhelmingly small and huge. The void is where faith lives. Good evening, Constance. The message of the void is to surrender to the unknown. Oh my gosh, guys, are we in the unknown right now? Yes, we are. Allow the fertile darkness of nothingness nourish the new seeds growing within you. And regardless of whether you know what they'll one day become. I think that's where we're all in right now. We're in like a place of unknowing, uncertainty, the void. So rest, allow the winter of your life to do the work for you. Hand over your control and trust that just because you can't see what's happening beneath the surface doesn't mean things aren't at work. The greatest weavings happen when we find a way to surrender and trust that our life is being knitted for us right beneath the surface. In ways known and unknowable, now is the time to cultivate faith and allow deep, deep rest. The void often surfaces at the end of a chapter or life phase. That sounds great, because I think we're kind of tired of this whole thing, right? So when we're called to let go of all that we know and identify with, when you're in the void, it can feel scary and is if you should be doing something. It's as if we should be doing something, right? We're feeling that. All of us are feeling it. We have been doing, we have been creating, we have been doing all kinds of things. And it seems like it doesn't matter what we do right now. There is a certain trajectory, and that is happening as we speak, right? When this card appears, it's a sure sign that the most productive thing to do is relinquish control and surrender to the changing mystery of your life. So, for a while, I was actually opening up to my breath work. Because I had been doing and doing and doing for such a long time that I understood that my doing was not going to help anything. I had to become. And when I become, what happens then is that I go within. And I advise, or I will say the same for you guys. Everything that is happening on the outside happens within each one of us. Sorry, it's one of my dogs. I have some puppies here. So when we go within, what happens is we also find that peace within. And if we can't find the peace, I would advise you, hello guys, I would advise you to focus on the breathing, the in and the out breath. Do it for 5 minutes. Focus on your heartbeat. Focus on the in and the out breath. And don't even think about what is you're supposed to be doing, because just be. Because when you can be, you can find stillness. You can find peace. You can find a lot of things in your own being that when you're doing, you're not opening up to. So one thing that I was experiencing was, this is my, I'm sorry guys, this is my alarm clock, my dog, my new dog. So one thing I was experiencing was when I started focusing on my breath, just focusing on the breathing of the in-breath and the out-breath, my mind would run in all different directions. And if I just opened up to the fact that my mind will run in all different directions. One moment. Okay, thank you, Nova. Nova. Thank you. I'm trying to have a normal conversation with you. I mean, it was quiet the whole time. That's the way it is when you want to do something. But what I want to come back. So, going within, following your breath, maybe even slowing down your breath, slowing down. Because I can tell you, most of us are running around nervous, wondering, uncertain. I can tell you, if you put your finger underneath your nose and breathe out, do this 3 times, you will find out if you are in fight or flight mode or in the rest, digest, peaceful mode. If more air comes out from your left side, you're in a peaceful, restful mode. If more air comes out on your right side, you're going to be more in the fight or flight mode. And guess what? Many of us have been in that fight or flight mode for a long period of time. And that's only because we are wondering about how our survival is going to be about, right? So the void, the card, the void. I'm going to take some more cards too, because this is the Starseed Oracle. I just got it and I'm loving it. I'm so loving this oracle. I'm going to take one more card because yes, we are going through the void, all of us. That is just part of what we are experiencing. But it gave me hope because the card says when you're going through the void, it's because it's the last stop before you get through something. And that feels great. Justine, okay, I will get you I'll get you a card, but I'm going to get one more card for humanity first, and then I will go into that. So a way to also raise your frequencies is to pretend you're looking at the top of your head. Close your eyes and move your close your eyelids and move your eyes up, 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 and then just raise yourself up from that. Feel how that feels when your eyes go upwards. It looks funny when you look at people, but that is a way to raise your frequencies as well. The next card I'm getting, this is for humanity right now. Inner Earth. You'll survive this. New solutions and beginnings. I'm going to go and look that up because these are new cards. Inner Earth. Also known as Agartha. Oh, hi Bente. Nice to... Welcome to my living room. She's from Norway. Bente is from Norway. Okay, so the inner Earth is also believed to be a hidden subterranean world within the planet itself. Now, if you hear my doggy here, it's because she's starting to become a guard dog, and she's doing what she's supposed to do. So I'm not going to stop her, really. Many ancient cultures mention it in their stories. It's said that some of the beings of ancient lost lands, such as Lemuria, Atlantis, and Aryavarta, went there. The Hindu and the Celtic lore mention caves and entrances to underground worlds. Tibetan Buddhism refers to the secret mystical city Shambhala, which is thought to be located in the Himalayas. And for some of you that know, I was supposed to be going to Tibet in March, and of course that's around the time when COVID hit, so I didn't go there. But I'm to go to the Himalayas. That's one of my places. Anyway, many have searched for inner Earth in the physical world, but without success. So the mystery continues. Is it a place that exists in the physical or on another level of consciousness? There are solutions beyond what you can perceive. So this card, Inner Earth, I just want to show it to you again. It's beautiful. There are solutions beyond what you can perceive. Surprising outcomes to your problems and situations. Resolutions that are in the best interest of all involved. If you find yourself facing an obstacle or feeling stuck and have no idea what to do, you're being reassured that there is a way out. You'll survive this and things will work out for you. If you're stuck in a rut, do something to shake up that energy and shift your thinking. Try something you wouldn't normally do, and soon you'll see the whole new worlds of solutions are available. Things that were previously beyond your focus will present themselves. Helpful people, signs from the universe, support in both expected and unexpected ways are on their way to you. But first, you need to do something different to shift your focus so that you can receive them. This is so important because many people, sometimes when I'm a little bit off, I will lay down on the ground and put my feet up. And when I put my feet up, it changes my whole perspective, you know? And when you change your whole perspective, suddenly, I mean, I even sometimes stand on my head, and I was like, oh, everything's upside down now. But it shifts you in a way so you're not continuously going down that road, right? Because if you continue going down that road, continue taking the same decisions, what happens? You're going to get the same results, right? So you have to get out of your comfort zone and get into that space of love, into that space of expansion, into that space of allowing, receiving. Okay, Justine, I'm going to get a card for you. Now, I don't have any other card decks than this one today because this is my new card deck for all the star seeds. So each one of you that is coming on right now, you might have been one of those in school that were maybe called weird or out there or different or the black sheep of the family. And for me, a starseed is somebody who comes from another, has not had most of its life on this planet, right? They've come in from the stars into this planet to help enlighten this planet, right? To help with the transition, to help with the uplifting of frequencies. Today, Justine, there's a deep cellular healing. The Arcturian energy, physical and emotional healing, is happening right now. So this is the beautiful card that you get, Justine. And everybody else who's sitting here is getting that too, of course. Look at that card, isn't that beautiful? Deep cellular healing. And that's what we're getting from the sun right now. Oh my gosh. It is so important. I am so happy that I'm living where I am because I have the sun, and it is so important to get that energy into your cellular system, into your eyes. People say, "Oh, don't look into the sun." Well, if you're not used to looking into the sun, you have to start by sun gazing in the morning, right when the sun comes up, 10 seconds, or right before the sun goes down, 10 seconds. It will help you with your eyesight. Do not do it in the middle of the day if you're not used to doing that. But the same thing with the sun coming up or down every day, you add on 10 more seconds. Don't do it in the middle of the day until you have come up to 45 minutes. Then you are a bona fide, full, certified sun gazer. And make sure your feet are on the ground. In other words, soil. Oh, good for you, Justine. Soil or grass, but not any grass that is fertilized. Make sure that you have your feet on the ground, you're sitting, and you're bringing in the sun in the mornings or in the evenings before the sun goes down. Good for you, Justine. Where did you move? I'm interested in that. Okay, let me go into deep cellular healing, and let's see if there's anything else. There it is. Your body knows how to heal. Wow, do we need to know that one right now? Do we need to understand that our bodies can heal us no matter what we are experiencing right now? Southern Colorado, good for you, Justine. Healing is your natural state. Physical and emotional disharmony can be a reflection of how the world, inner and outer, has been out of alignment. Oh my God, is this true or what? I think I have a feeling that if I read all these cards tonight, everything is relevant for right now. These cards are very new as well. If you are suffering from a mystery or chronic illness, don't allow yourself to think you've done something wrong. Today, it's difficult to navigate our health. If this card has made its way to you, you're being called to focus on your healing in practical ways, to prioritize your health, to be kind and tender to your miraculous body, to give yourself the grounding and the care you need, to put your body first, to nourish yourself as you would a newborn baby, to treat yourself with tender, loving care. And you may call to switch things up with your body or your emotional well-being, and to call in a team of helpers to support you in navigating any challenges you may be experiencing emotionally. The Arcturians are a galactic group of beings who have mastered deep cellular and emotional healing. They want you to know that it's possible to feel vibrant in your body and well in your skin, to have your cells return to effervescence and vitality, to find calmness and contentedness, to have a soothed nervous system and a tranquil heart. Isn't that just amazing? You see, when we get ill, when our bodies are in disarray, we need to look at what nature does. We need to look at how Mother Nature does and takes care of this. Hello, Melinda. We need to know how, we need to look at animals. What do they do when they get sick? They don't eat. They drink, they rest, they fast. Because they want to bring their body back into balance, and if we're eating, we're not allowing the body to come into balance. Most people feel comfortable for when they are sick or ill to eat, because that's what we were taught. Oh, you haven't eaten enough. You haven't eaten, but the digestive system needs to rest so that the body can really heal. So a fasting period of 24, 48 hours, longer if you can, but that is a good way to start, to restart your body. Maybe 72 hours would be better. And just be drinking liquids. And I feel that we are, on some level, we are having to learn how to do this again. And with the sun gazing that we were talking about, do you know that with the frequencies coming into this planet, we're actually not needing to eat as much? Literally. We need to drink, but we're not needing to eat as much. I don't know if you guys feel that as well. This is something that is very prevalent in my life. I don't eat as much anymore. I eat maybe twice a day, and not much. I'm out in the sun, so I get the vitamins and the minerals from the sun. I'm out barefoot, so I'm definitely bringing in the Mother Earth energy into my body as well. But we don't need to eat as much, because our bodies are being sustained. We are being less carbon and more crystalline bodies, and we don't need as much dense foods. So when you start feeling it, know that your body is accepting the nourishment from the air, from the sun, from the water, from the ground. That's an amazing thing. Many people right now are getting a little worried about, we were talking about how are we going to do with our food sources, how are we going to be able to sustain ourselves. But if you look at it, and you don't need to eat as much, you need to go out and eat the sun. Breathing exercises. And I feel that some of you kind of resonate with this. You don't really know how to deal with it, but you're kind of resonating. And so I'm just dropping some small little seeds for you to bring in, okay? Fasting, just like the animals do when they get sick, it restores your whole system. And when you restore your whole system, you come back into balance. So right now, just doing what I'm doing here, I'm feeling my whole body, I'm raising my frequency. And because the Arcturians came through, they want to tell a little bit more. So I'm going to just channel them and bring them in to the information that is needed here today. And this is funny because I didn't know I was going to do that, but they just came and they just said, "No, you're bringing us in." Okay, I'm bringing in the Arcturians. I don't know if you ever know who the Arcturians are, but they have been assisting our planet for a long, long time. And you can look them up. I'm just going to allow them to come through me. I'm just going to bring it in, bring the information in. And they have like a bluish hue on their bodies. On their skin is bluish. And they connect with us through our hearts and through our cells. And they are many times they come many times in when we are experiencing, I'm hearing the word grief. They're telling me that they come in many times when we are grieving loss And sometimes you can feel that they will come in and they will help your hearts. They will fill your hearts with much love. So, and when they come in not just one at a time, they come in groups. At least that's how they're showing me right now. They're coming in to each one of you right now. And if you can imagine yourselves being helped by the star beings and the light beings that are here, that are helping all of planet Earth, they come in with much, much love, much, much healing on cellular levels. But you see, they have been here for eons. This is not the first time they're here. This is just it's almost like that. This is now when they are going to show themselves to a lot of us. They've showed themselves to me since I was very, very little. But they come in with so much love and so much giving. And they are here for the peace and for the survival of Mother Earth and her beings. So they are already telling me and have been telling me for a long time, and the whole Galactic Federation, when they come in, they have been telling me for a very, very long time that the light has won. What is happening is that the more of us that are allowing the dark to stay, it's taking a longer time for that to leave this planet. And some of the information I'm getting is that when we as humans and human beings and star beings, when we stop and say the dark is not allowed here anymore, we banish the dark. Many of you are doing this, but when all of us do this, they cannot be here any longer. Why don't we do that? Why? Why don't we? The reason? We have been taught that where there's light, there's dark. It's part of life. And I never really resonated with that. I never resonated with like that. That can't be true. And not too long ago, I got it. I'm like, I asked the question. They're like, no, it is not true. The only reason why they're here is because we have allowed this. That is the only reason that they can be here, because they are allowed. Many of us are allowing this because we think that's the way it is. We got to let go of that, because that is not the way it is. You see? If you allow someone to hurt you, that someone is going to continue hurting you until you do not allow it anymore. Same thing with darkness. If we allow darkness to be here because we think that that is the way it is, it will stay. So, I want to tell you, darkness, I know I have wet hair because I was out in the rain, but darkness is no longer allowed. We no longer, as a human species, allow darkness to stay on this Mother Earth. And I'm talking about the beings that are around and the beings that are inside the earth. No longer. Because we as star seeds that have been coming from the stars onto this planet are here to assist the humans and all the other beings to let go of the darkness that has held us in a grip for such a long time. So my dear friends, when you feel like we sometimes can feel the energies are really high, when you feel that, okay, I'm done with this, just know that we still have a little bit more to go, but do not lose hope. Because in your mind, if you still can imagine and you focus on what you're imagining the life to be, with love, with unity, with peace, serenity, when you are able to imagine that and you keep focusing on that, that's what we are building. If you've seen The Matrix, the red pill, the blue pill. Blue pill, you stay how the life has been until now. Red pill is you go down the rabbit hole and you see the real truth. Now, many of us have been red pilled and we have gone down the rabbit hole and we do not like what we have seen. what if the red pill also brings us into the ability to shift out of that negative spiral that we've been on for such a long time? Imagine that. Imagine what happens when you allow the light to win and you do not allow the dark to stay. In your life, banish the dark. So when you allow only the light to stay, guess what's going to happen? It's only going to be the light that's staying. And if enough people, I always tell people, put hearts around your work, your car, your home, your bed, the people you love, even the people you don't love. Put hearts around them. It'll make it a better place to live. Hearts, hearts, hearts. Just continue doing that. Because when you do that, what happens is that you elevate the relationship. You can't not elevate the relationship when you do this. And the fun part is, hola, beautiful one, my dear. I was thinking about you. The fun part is when you elevate the relationship, you shift the vibration, not just with the relationship, but every time you elevate something in your life, the ripple effects goes around the world. The ripple effects go around the world. So for you that came a little later, the cards that I took today for the planet are, these are the new Starseed Oracle, so fun. Inner Earth, new solutions, new beginnings, you will survive this. And the Void. Stop, embrace winter, cosmic womb. And when we're in the void, what the cards are saying is that means we're at the end of this cycle that we've gone through, and we're about to jump into this new earth. And when you look at the world that we have, when you look at the world pool, if you will, that we've just gone through, and you see what has transpired, and you see, and you focus on what it is you want to happen, I want you guys all to be in your minds imagining that beautiful life that we're jumping into. Because when you're able to imagine it, you are creating it. That's the beauty. That's, you see, this whole planet Earth, which is the big, huge spaceship, just went through the photon belt. It's on the other side, and that meant it took away a lot of our old karma. That's gone. A lot of our old attachments are gone. A lot of our programming is gone. So now we can reprogram ourselves. And when you reprogram yourself, what are you doing? You're opening up to the better world that you have had in your mind. Many of us have forgotten the fact that we had these amazing abilities to imagine when we were kids. But that was because we were in tune with everything. Get back in tune with the kid part of you. Oh. Cross paths with last July and in June. Please sometimes contact details. Wait, let me just see here. I think Sandy, I'm not sure. I really just jumped in, but Sandy, let's see. What do I get about the guy that you crossed paths with last July and June, please? How long were you speaking to him? Because I'm not sure he's completely available, if you will. I think that there was a good chemistry between you guys, but I'm not really sure if he's completely available yet. That's all I can say right now. Ah, so you haven't communicated with him. Yeah, because my thing is, I'm not really, yeah, there was an attraction, I can see that, but he's still working out some details regarding his relations. That's all I want to say right now, actually. Yeah, because he's working out some things. Not really completely free, but yeah, there was an attraction, absolutely. Absolutely. I want to get back to the starseeds that are here right now. A lot of you don't understand why you're here. A lot of you are wondering if it was a mistake. A lot of you are sometimes looking to come home. When you look up at the stars, you want to come home. But you did call, you did listen to the call, and you did come. And you did come because you were supposed to. And because you listened to the call and you came, a lot of you have a little bit lost hope, I can see. Yes, you're welcome, Sandy. A lot of you have lost hope because you're thinking, but why am I suffering so much? It's because you feel everything. You feel everybody. You feel all people's desperation. But these cards that I'm getting right now have to do with, we're in the last leg of the race. Okay? We have already, I know the Arcturians have already said it, we have already won. And when I go into my meditations in the morning, I get the information we have already won. So I want you to focus, shift your focus to the positive. Because when you do that, when you're shifting your focus to the positive, you are shifting the trajectory, and you're helping shift the whole ship. And many of you know that I have not lost hope on some beings coming back into leading. I'm not going to say much more, but many of you know me, and many of you know what I know. And it's funny, I never ask my guides, I never ask the star beings that I talk to, because I only allow them to bring in the information that I'm supposed to know about. But the last 2 weeks, they have been celebrating. Every time I go into meditation, I go up, I'm like, wait a minute, guys, why are you celebrating? Everybody's dancing around, having one. They said, you guys should be celebrating. I'm like, well, right now, we don't really feel that. And they're saying, yes, you should be celebrating, you should be smiling, you should be loving, because you're jumping into that new life. I'm like, yeah, I would love to do that, but what I see in this mess here is not exactly a new life. And they're saying, but you should be, because we are. We've seen you've already shifted. I'm like, okay, I love it. I want to be there. I just see a lot of darkness here still. But they're saying yes, but what you focus on, when you focus on light, when you focus on love, that's what you're attracting. That's what you're giving power to. And when you focus on the dark, you're giving power to the dark. So focus on the light. I'm like, oh yeah, that does make sense, right? If you look at it, you guys know this as well. You focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Because if you focus on what you don't want, that's exactly what you're going to get. So it's like, okay, shift focus. Yes, yes, yes. Love, love, love. Party, party, party. I guess we could get used to partying, couldn't we? Having a wonderful time. I guess we can get used to love. Just being love, right? Allowing the love to flow. We can get used to that. Get used to not allowing darkness to stay on this planet. Get used to not letting darkness be around you or negativity be around you. Get used to staying in the light, staying in the love, staying in the flow, because that is what's going to happen. And some of you might say, well, then we're going to get bored because then we don't go, I'm like, no. Then you're just going to go higher and higher and higher, and laugh more and dance more and open up for beautiful relationships. Your families are going to be healing. You're going to be able to celebrate with your families, with your friends, maybe friends that you haven't spoken to for a while because you had a falling out. I invite all my friends or former friends to come back. I invite them all to come back because I look at it as, we had a falling out, but you know what? It's okay. Because I still want the best for you. Maybe we had a falling out, but forgive. I'm writing about it right now. Forgiveness. Forgiving ourselves for maybe being judgmental. Forgiving them for maybe doing what they did. Forgive. Because it opens your heart more, right? It opens your heart more. It opens your, there are so many relationships that are built on our egos. And when we let go of the need to control, when we let go of, well, Sandy, that's a normal thing. Don't worry about that. Many of us don't have that many friends, but we are connecting with our tribes now. We are connecting with our tribes. We are connecting with our peeps. Allow these people to come to you. I used to be very much of a hermit. My friends used to be just the other beings from the other sides, because I would connect with them all the time. So I was plenty. I never was alone. I always had all these other galactic beings. I had the star beings. I had the light workers. I had all these, the animals, the fairies. Those were my friends for the longest time, because people just couldn't see me. They couldn't really resonate with me because I was so different, I think. I thought everybody was like me when I was younger. I was like, well, don't you see this one here? And don't you see that one there? And they looked at me like, she's weird. But I introduce people to this. I introduce people to the world that I'm in. And when everybody was on lockdown and going crazy, I'm like, I'm used to living like this, so it didn't really faze me. But I saw how many people were suffering. They're so used to having this outward life, and I have such an inner life. My life is very, very deep inside. So for me, there wasn't much of a difference. But I can tell you one thing, and that is, when you have the peace within, everything else on the outside can be falling apart and you're still okay. When you love yourself and cherish yourself, if people outside are being mean, doesn't really faze you. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen to me that I sometimes get fazed by what people do. That I do. But it's getting less and less. It's almost very, very seldom. And then I know, oops, there's something Helene needs to work on. Okay, let's go inside and see what that is. Breathe slowly and deeply and go within and feel that feeling, And let's see here. I can see what and guess. I have my answer. I am letting go. Yeah, that is at least for now. Sandy, there's something that's happening now with a lot of people, and that is karma is being taken off this planet. That also means the karmic relationships are being, and so the soul connections are coming more and more and becoming more and more strong. You know when you meet someone that that you have a soul connection with. Not saying this person is not, but I'm just saying this person is dealing with some things right now. So it's a little bit less able to commit. Attraction, yes. I've had several of those. But now the soul connections they're deep, real soul connections are connecting with each other. So just resonate on a high frequency, stay in your heart, open up to the presence that's supposed to be in your life. Don't have an expectation. Expectations are going to hurt you. But just be open. And I know that sometimes can be difficult because we've gotten hurt. Yes. Hello, my dear. We've gotten hurt in our hearts, right? So we are we're having difficulties in just opening our hearts, but that is actually the key. That's the key to what we're going through right now, is opening your hearts. Opening your hearts to all the possibilities. Now, for some of you, yes, expectations, that's coming from a place of lack. If you're expecting someone to do something, otherwise you are going to get disappointed. Absolutely. But if you open up your heart for the highest good and for the highest outcome, that's what's going to happen. And these new cards, the Starseed Oracle, I love them. It was like they were written for me, the Starseed Oracle. It was like they were written for me because they're talking about the inner earth right now. They're talking about us going within, healing from within, right? And Sandy, yes, you were very hurt in the past. Oh my gosh. Girl, I don't think that anybody that is right now here has not been hurt. Okay? And I think that when we get hurt, we have to grow. We have to grow. We have to find the power within us. Yes, they're beautiful cards. And it talks to all of us. We're all starseeds, guys. Not everybody, of course, but there is a deep feeling of wanting to heal and help on this planet. If you have that, you might be a starseed. You might be a starseed. Very, very likely you are. And when you are, you feel with your body, you feel with your heart, you feel with your being, and you feel everybody. So you want to help everybody. But right now, in this time, you need to help you. And our hurts, they do help us grow. But it is also time now, to clear those hurts that we're carrying. And that's something that I do. That's something that is my gift to humanity, is that you work with me, or other people, of course, but I go into the source of the hurt. We clear that, and then we open you up so that your heart can open completely. Because one heart open affects 800,000 people. But think about how many people really have their hearts open. But when we connect heart to heart, guess what happens? We heal each other. We build relationships. We relate to each other. We help each other. And today I just had this I'm just going to go online right now. I'm going to show you guys my new oracles, my new Starseed oracles. Because I feel there are so many starseeds right now that are having doubts about how this world, we come in from other star systems to heal this world, and a lot of people are having doubts, have we done enough? And when I go into my meditation, I see they're celebrating. I'm like, yes, we have. We have a little bit more to go, but we have done what we could. Now we have to go in and heal ourselves so we're able to be conduits of this beautiful love. And what better place than to be here on a Saturday evening, sitting in my living room, talking about love, talking about possibilities, talking about all the beauty that is coming to us. Whatever we can imagine of the most beautiful place and the most beautiful experiences is what is coming towards us. So guys, start imagining it, because when you're imagining it, you're creating it. If you watch the Matrix, in my mind, the way they're showing me, the Arcturians are showing me this too. The Andromedans are showing me this. The other star beings are showing me this. My star beings that help me when I'm healing someone is showing me this. God is showing me this. But the way they're showing me this is by me creating through my thoughts. It's coming out of my head and it's going into the universe. I see that my thoughts, the positive love is coming in, and it is yes, Sandy, yes, that's what I was talking about before. I didn't want to, but yeah, absolutely. Yes, I haven't asked, but I've seen. So we are. I'm just not sure exactly the time, but I know that when that happens, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're not talking about 24 either. Yeah. But it's got to be, it's divine timing, and it is at a time when people don't expect it. That's when it's going to happen. Absolutely. That's the one that I'm saying there's no giving up on that one. And it's not that I'm trying to hold on to it, it's just that I can see that this is what's happening. The results have come out. Many of you probably haven't seen it because the media is trying to keep away the results, but they've already come out. And you already see, I believe, if it's 48 or 49 or 50 states is for him. So things are going to be shifting. Things are going to be shifting. Because darkness cannot stay on this high frequency. Just a matter of science or a matter of frequency. When you have this high frequency, the dark has a hard time surviving. The negative is on a lower frequency. I don't know if you've ever seen the frequency of emotions, where love is on like a scale of 500. Grief is like on 20. And there are, enlightenment is beyond love. Compassion is beyond love because it's including in love, but also forgiveness. Gratefulness too, I think, is above love as well. But what I'm trying to say is that mathematical terms, when we open our hearts, we are disintegrating the darkness. So whether it looks like it or not, it cannot survive here. It has been able to survive. The dark has been able to survive because we have allowed it. But the dark is not, it becomes disempowered when we open our hearts. That's what they're afraid of. Because when we open our hearts, not only to become superhuman beings, because we do, because we start affecting people, but we also diminish the power of the dark. So there are so many reasons to go inside ourselves, go inside our bodies, and heal ourselves from within. And that's what I do with my I do kind of a spiritual quantum kind of hypnosis where I go in and I clear, a deep healing clearing technique I use as well. And many of us starseeds came into families that did not see us as stars or as the light. And we came in to teach our families. And many of us chose families that really needed it, but that hurt us. And I say us because I'm one of them, right? And so when you're in that place where you have been hurt by your family, many times you want to get as far away as possible from your families, right? But that is because you have a different frequency than them. They're trying to hold you down because you have too much light. But in these days, your too much light can keep you healthy as well, can keep you on the track, can keep you strong. And that's exactly what's happening right now. The strong people, the ones that see through, the ones that resonate on a higher frequency, they're the ones that are going to be helping the rest of the world stay kind of sane. I know we see a lot of zombies right now, and stay on point, stay on the path. Yes. Yeah, because you are forgiving. You are forgiving and you're seeing them for who they are. You were there to teach them. I can absolutely see that, and I can absolutely see that in my family as well. That we come into these families to help them evolve as well. They might not see it in the same way. They might see, oh, can't she just shut up? Can't she just, go away and become normal? And I'm like, nope, not going to get that part. And I'm glad. I'm glad that many of us that came in, we came in with resilience, we came in with power, we came in with a higher frequency, we came in with a lot of things. But we had a purpose to help, to assist, to teach, to bring forth. So I'm going to take one more card just for the fun of it, guys. I'm just going to take one more card. I love these cards. This is how they look. They look like this. You see the triangles? They're so cute. And you see this color? This color is the color, this is the frequency that I'm seeing, that I've been seeing for the last 1.5 months, 2 months maybe. I see that energy coming in a lot. And I haven't seen that all the time. The cosmic heart. Oh my God. Devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. Wow, this is a beautiful one. Cosmic heart. There you go, Dondi. Yes. So I do the triquetra meditation where I go in and in my pineal gland, I see the triquetra symbol, and it goes silver, and then it goes gold, and then it goes rose gold. So you're on the right path, my dear. Okay, let's see here. The cosmic heart. Let's see if it's under T. Da, 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 da. Oops. Maybe not. The season. Okay, let me go back. The cosmic heart. When you surrender to a state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with all of life. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within to the intelligence of your own heart. Did we just talk about hearts? Bow deep with reverence to your inner temple. Live your life in devotion to this place. Make your life one big moving prayer. Perhaps you felt a bit off kilter lately, sensing that the potency of why you're doing things has gotten a little watered down or weak. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing them in the first place. If so, this is your call to take a moment and reconnect with the truth at every center of your at the very center of your heart. Get back to the essence of what you're about. Devote your life to what you care most about, and turn your gaze deep, deep, deep. There are seasons for harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now, you're being called to plant your soul's seeds and sing to them with deep devotion. To feed them with the sweet waters of your own soul and lose yourself in the potency of what it is that most extends your heart. That's exactly what we were talking about before. What does your heart want? Focus on that, right? Live your life according to what makes you come alive rather than what everyone else thinks. Make your life one big moving prayer. And you know, the interesting part with that is, some of you know, but 3 years ago, my ex left. And I kept asking the universe, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? How am I going to keep this going? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And Dondi and her husband were one of those that were helping me, so I'm always going to be grateful for that. And by the way, I still have this one on, my dear. Dondi gave this to me. She makes perfumes. If you ever want your own scent, Dondi Voigt Persine is the lady you want to speak to. She has a beautiful store with all kinds of beautiful scents. But what I want to say is that when you open your heart, I love you too, my dear. When you open your heart, when you open and allow, what happens is, and that's what Dondi did. Oh my gosh, she did it too. One day she just says, what would I love to do? And she has an amazing abilities for scents, and essential oils is what she's making everything from, essential oils. And so one day she just invited me and some other ladies to smell some beautiful scents. And I'm like, oh my God, that is so much fun. And before I knew it, she was working with big hotels and creating their special scent, like the Tapatio spring hotels here in Texas. And because she went after her passion, she went after her heart. I did the same. I said, okay, guys, am I supposed to stay here? And they're like, yes, this is your place. You're supposed to stay here no matter what it looks like, because at that time I didn't have the money to stay, but you're supposed to stay here. And that's what I did. And everything has just worked out because my passion is what I do. This is what I love to do. I love to help people. I love to assist you guys. I love to bring you to the best versions of yourselves. And I'm learning every day as well. It's not like I have it all figured out, because I'm telling you, I fall down a lot and get myself back up. But that's what's about life. It's about taking those risks, challenging. I could have given up, like almost everyone told me, not my good friends here, but a lot of my family members said, just sell the place, get money that you can. But that would be somebody that would be a coward that would do that. Because my heart was here. Every time I was thinking about selling, I started crying. I'm like, I can't sell the place. I don't know why, but I just can't. And I would say that when you follow your passion, when you have the clear path, and when you bring that down, that energy, and say, this is what I'm going to do, and this is how it's going to be, the universe opens up all the doors and helps you and guides you and heals and opens up these doorways that you never thought. I mean, I literally both Dondi, myself, and Kimberly are going to be on a magazine here, a cover of a magazine, a local magazine, but anyway, you know. I'm about to do not a show, but an interview with some people that are creating things, and it's not like I'm running after fame. It's literally coming to my doorstep, because the universe says, Helene, it's about time for you to get out into a bigger reality. I worked in film for many years ago. And, hello Tammy. And I worked in film for a long time. And I was kind of chasing fame. Not anymore though, but I was. I've written a book. I'm on my second book about forgiveness, guys. Opening your heart, forgiving, no matter what, no matter who. But it is interesting how when you don't look for it and when you're not chasing it, it's coming to your doorstep and knocking on its door, on your door. You're like, okay, what's that all about? It's interesting, right? It's because when you resonate at the frequency of whatever it is that you are creating, that's when everything starts flowing. When you open your heart to it. And I feel that our hearts are being opened more and more, allowing us to flow, allowing our hearts to expand. And the more we allow our hearts to expand, the more we affect people around, okay? It's like a ripple effect. Your heart opens up. Your relationships evolve. And the ripple effect just continues and continues. You smile at someone that might not have smiled, and they get happy. And then they might smile at someone. You see, it's a gift that you keep on giving, right? Stay in the positive. Understand that we have already won. Understand that as you wake up in the mornings, keep yourself as positive as possible. And if you start spiraling downwards, go inside and breathe. Focus on your heart. And allow yourselves to go within and find the peace so that you can continue expanding your hearts. And if you need any help, my dears, I am here. I do online services with hypnosis, with deep trauma release, with healing, with quantum, with Reiki, DNA activations, but that's first after you go through some work with me, so I'm sure that you're ready for that. We have been activating people up to the 12 DNA strands, but now we are going beyond to the 24. It's happening, guys. Once you elevate to your 12 DNA strands activation, you're pretty powerful. You literally, what you think becomes. But once you go up to the even higher, which I haven't even written in my pricing or anything like that because it's so powerful. I'm still dealing with it right now. But once that's starting to happen, oh my God, you become omnipresent, just like the highest mentors there are on this planet. Omnipresent. When you're on 24, when you activate, well, that's another story, but get me going on that and I can talk for hours, because our abilities to evolve right now are so strong. If we are ready to cut the strings, cut the patterns, the programs that have held us down, and open our hearts, I can't speak enough about how powerful we are becoming, all of us. And some of you are having codes within you. And when you work with me, I open up those codes. I have the keys to your codes. I can raise the frequency. Really, raising the frequency is how you open up the codes that many of you came onto this planet with. But if you're not, it's like if you're cooking an egg, if you don't cook it long enough, it won't be cooked, right? You need to bring that water into a boil. You need to raise your frequency so you can let go of the golden codes that you're carrying. And this might be new stuff for you, but that's okay. I know a lot of people, when I started talking about starseeds, were okay. When I started talking about star beings like the Arcturians, the Andromedans, and the Galactic Federation, they left. It's like, okay, turn off. It's a little too much. I get it. It's okay. I deal with them every day. So we sit in meditation every day. And that is going to, that information that I get every day is going to be going into books as well. So it's an exciting time we're going towards, my dears. I would like you tonight to do me a favor. I'd like you to, when you rest your eyes, when you close your eyes, I'd like you to close your eyes, but before you close your eyes, imagine yourselves in peace, in love, and that all is working out for you. Just in your mind, in your body, in your heart, imagine yourself how that looks when all is working out for us. Because there is no way that we're allowing the dark to stay. There is no way that it can stay. We can do it fast, where we get rid of it by us imagining that it's not here anymore and putting light all over and letting God close down the secret societies, for example. I've shown people on some of my previous videos how to walk around them and literally eliminate the darkness. You walk around them with God through you and pushing in on that and completely obliterating the dark. You have no idea how powerful that is when you do that. Very powerful. But I would like you tonight to take a couple of deep breaths and in your heart understand that all is well and that we have come through the worst. There might be a little humps. I have to say there might be a couple of humps more, but we are walking towards the light, all of us. All of us that are going to stay on this planet are walking towards the light. There are some that will choose not to stay on this time around. It's all in divine creation, right? It's divine timing on so many levels. Sandy, you gotta know that there's a difference between the Galactic Federation and the Galactic Federation of Light. Just so you know, I want you to maybe look up that one. One is the real one, and one is, I would say, questionable. It sounds better. Everybody for their own. I'm just saying that. Okay, my dears, with so much love and light, I love you all, and just have sweet dreams tonight, okay? And I'll see you next time. Look it up, my dear.